Just want to congratulate also Stanford on a hard-fought game, a really well-played game overall. They've had a great year. Coach Harbaugh and his staff have done an amazing job just in a few years. And watching them play through the year, I knew this was going to be a big challenge, and just excited to see our players overall play so well. I thought our assistant coaches did a great job getting them prepared, getting them ready. And the players, just have had a great attitude through this month, getting ready for this game. And even today, fighting through more injuries. They just never, got dejected. Everyone kept positive and worked through it. Worked through it in a really pretty good way. I thought some guys had some special games. Gerald McCoy, again, was really sensational. Ryan Broyles, outstanding. Landry Jones, minus the one play, had an outstanding day. DeJuan Miller came up as a young guy with some big third down catches. And defensively, the second half was outstanding. And I thought even the first half, we weren't far off. They were put in bad position with an interception down in, I don't know, 14, 15-yard line, and then the block punt also to hold them. So there's a couple of, situations there that we weren't far off from having an excellent day or time in the first half, really, and got misaligned a time or two, and they took advantage of it, which we knew they would if we weren't in position like we needed to be. But overall, I thought we were physical, we tackled well. We had a couple missed tackles in the first half, but not in the second. And just a good, solid day, and pleasing to come out with a good win.
Talk about those injuries, Bob, the defensive guys.
Yeah, it's just, gosh, we were, I don't know, see Adrian Taylor's is fairly significant ankle injury. I'm sure they'll have to work on and operate on him tomorrow morning. Gerald just had a hip pointer, but knocked him out for a few plays. Ankle injury to Jeremy, and they don't feel that it's going to be too serious. Who else? Just had to work. Brian Jackson couldn't play. He had just some headaches through the week that from a practice way early in the week that didn't clear up. So they didn't feel he should play. So we found that out just a day or so ago. So I thought Jonathan Nelson and DeMontre Hurst came in and did a heck of a job. There's DeMontre out there as a true freshman, played a heck of a game. Jonathan Nelson's played really well through the year.
Could you talk about your short to intermediate passing game? You were able to move the ball up and down the field, but you continually found plays over the middle and 13 to 15 yard range.
Yeah, it was good. I thought, of course, Ryan had a huge day catching the ball, and then DeJuan Miller, Jazz Reynolds got some nice slants and some intermediate stuff, and I thought they worked it really well. Landry executed it well.
Hey Bob, can you talk about what kind of future Rondell Lewis has?
Rondell Lewis, future,
and what he can do from football.
We call him the hammer. He's just the guy that's got so much power and explosiveness and toughness. As a young guy, he's just unusual. Just how strong and powerful he is and the way he can run. He's got a chance to be a really special player. Yeah, we're out there with him the whole day as a true freshman as well, and playing well. And it's funny, we were with the hypnotist a couple nights ago, and he was in the crowd, not supposed to be getting hypnotized, and it was, and then came out of it, had a bad headache. It's kind of, you could tell he wasn't all there. He's in, he's out. So I walked him up to the guy afterwards. I'm not leaving without my hammer. I said, you got to get my man right. So he kind of put him back in, and then he got him out. By the next morning, he felt good. I said, that's too close to the game. I need my guy. He's something.
Brent said he was the anchor around the whole entire defense today.
He was in that playing that Sam position with all their big formations, meaning tight ends, fullbacks, extra linemen. They're kicking you out, and if they're knocking you out and kicking you out, and you're not able to hold point, you're going to be soft and they're going to mush you. And they did at times, but overall, I thought in the second half we handled it really well, and he held up. He played it great. All his responsibilities.
Bob, you guys had 477 yards, they had like 260 something. You had a whole bunch more first downs, a lot more third down conversions, and yet at the end you're having to fight for your life.
Yeah, because of I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
what I was working to was the resolve of the team through the entire season. You've already spoken to the fact that they worked through it.
Right.
It really looked like they enjoyed every play.
We did. I thought our kids said that they're ready to play to the end, and no matter what the situation, we got some tough breaks. That happens, and we made some tough breaks ourselves. But we also got a few other ones that went against you. But we rose to the occasion and still did what we had to do to win.
Appropriate that you won with the defense in the end, I guess.
I guess, but the offense, that was a great drive they had. You got to give them the credit to move the ball as far as they did, all the way down into that territory, and use as much clock as they did. I thought was really big.
What was your approach with Toby Gerhardt? I mean, they had a lot of complimentary things to say about the former defense, but you guys obviously didn't let him break anything big.
Well, they're an excellent offensive team now. So I'm sitting here. I'll still compliment him. I think he's a fabulous running back. He did run through us a couple times, and they do a great job of really making you work mentally. And I thought the compliment to Coach Venables and getting the plan and our defensive coaches together and getting our kids to understand it, where we needed to be by position. You saw a few of the big runs, like in the second half, the one run he had. The substitution, we don't get Ronell in the game, so we're a guy short, and they take advantage of it. But they make your work with personnel and with shifting people. And if you foul up an alignment, they're gonna have a scene. He doesn't miss it.
How did they explain to you the punt return that was fumbled and recovered by them?
They explained to me that he was blocked into it.
Did you do anything differently defensively in the second half, or just the same things better?
Same things. Like I said, in the first half, a couple run or two, we had a face mask that put them down into plus territory. We had an interception and a punt block that put them into plus territory. And we busted on one of the touchdowns. We busted our alignment.
Bob, could you talk about, you mentioned Ronell's adjustment, but you also had at times 3 defensive tackles plus the ends, plus you had 3 defensive ends in the game.
And we played Keenan Clayton, our Sam linebacker, at strong safety. We went big with them. They're going to have all those big guys out there. We're going to try and big up with you. And fortunately, they held up for the most part pretty well, and it worked well.
That defense you had 1 corner.
Well, they only had 1 receiver. We had a bunch of big guys, a bunch of linemen and tight ends and fullbacks, so we went as big as we could get.
Bob, final day of the year, can you put in perspective what this season has been, what this team has gone through?
I love the team, the attitude of them. They've been awesome. It's no one's fault with all of the different people that haven't been able to play. It just breaks my heart seeing Jermaine Gresham, Landry Jones, Brody Eldridge in the locker room with sweats on and they're dying to play. So you just feel for them. But these other guys all just kept fighting through it and did the best we could with it. And managed here in the last 2 games to beat a couple of ranked teams is pretty special. And it shows you just the resolve of the kids and what might have been with all those other guys.
Bob, can you talk about you haven't had anything as gruesome as what Adrian had today? Can you talk about how the guys had sort of gather their emotions and sort of recover from that?
Yeah, they did, and Adrian was part of that. Adrian's yelling at him on the cart, wasn't he, GK? I saw him pointing at him, and the first thing he told me, he says, "You tell those guys to hold it down." I went and told the defensive guys that was his last words to me, and we weren't going to, for the most, just weren't going to accept anything but finding a way to win. Okay.